can't tell if I'm back to recording or not. No, I'm not. Okay, I lost that last video because my wife called. But anyway, back to Ted Warren. If you really want to make big gains in the stock market, I highly recommend reading that book. Of course, this isn't financial advice. This is just entertainment and education purposes only. But Ted Warren's book will teach you how to make hundreds of percents. And I was talking about how the book doesn't cover stuff like Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, some of these companies that did not make any income whatsoever. They actually lost money. But these are institutions that's kind of set up, so to speak. And when I say set up, I mean they're kind of propped up by the U.S. government, the alphabet agencies. And you may be saying, oh, what are you talking about that? Well, CIA probably built Facebook. They wanted to be able to see everything you were doing, so, of course they're going to promote it. I doubt Mark Zuckerberg really created that. Have you looked at that guy? I mean, come on. Seriously. You think he built that? No, I don't. Same thing with, what's his name? The head Amazon guy, Bezos. You think he really built that? I just don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know. Elon Musk, you think he really built Tesla? No, he bought Tesla. That's what he did. But we didn't see these guys. The thing about the book is you didn't see that kind of huge Federal Reserve or government or banker manipulation into the stock prices of certain companies where they propped them up for decades and decades and decades, just pumped all kinds of money into them. But he does talk about the manipulation. He does talk about how, it doesn't matter what the earnings are or anything else to do with the stock price. And if you've been in the market for a very long time, or any time at all, and done any serious research, you're going to realize that, it doesn't matter. A company may come out and say, oh man, we had $10 worth of profit on per share, which is huge, by the way. That's just, incredible. We had $10 per share profit margins on every share, and the stock price still bottom out, still go down, still crash, whether on the daily, the weekly, or the monthly, even with record earnings. And you'll see that a lot. And you'll see companies that earnings are terrible, profit margins are non-existent, they're actually losing money, and their price go through the roof. Why? Because they're promoted and pumped up. And this book will teach you stuff about that. It'll teach you signs to look for and things like that. And yes, I am a value investor. I do think that you should buy, like Charlie Munger companies. Yeah, I do think you should do that. Buy a great company for a good price, or a great company for a fair price, instead of buying a fair company at a wonderful price. I'm not a proponent of cigarette butt investing. Like, the Intelligent Investor teaches. But this book, probably not a probably not Illuminati supported book. It was they tried to shut down this book. They tried to do away with it. And that is because it can change your life. Or it has mine anyway. In a lot of aspects, it's changed my life. I try to read it once a year. I don't always get to. But if I can, I try to read it once a year. Because you need to refresh those things. Go back over. But anyway, how to make the stock market make money for you really changed the way I view the market and the way I look at everything. Like I said, it took me from a Dave Ramsey point of view, the Primerica A.L. Williams point of view, or save everything and put it in a good quality mutual fund and hope I make 12 to 20% a year. Sometimes you can even make 75% a year. But you're hoping to average 21 to 12% a year to making, hundreds of percents per year. And even though I'm down huge right now in crypto, I've not been trying to promote it much because it is down. Berwick's saying buy, even though it's down. Buy Monero, buy this, buy that. And he may be right, and that is the time that you really need to buy when it's down. But my thing is, I don't know how down it's going, and I like to wait for stuff to bounce and go up 5 or 10% or even 20% from the bottom before I ever start buying back in. That's just a safety measure for me, because I hate to buy all the way down. Unless it's something I'm buying anyway, and I'm averaging in. But with the whole stock market, Federal Reserve, cryptocurrency war thing going on right now, I've not been buying a whole lot of cryptos. I'm not selling, but I'm not buying. And I wished I'd sold that stupid Dogecoin. Oh, Elon. Oh, Coinbase. With your stinking promotion. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I'll try to find that book and leave a link to it below. It's a great book. You can't get it on audio form. You've got to read it. It's full of charts and patterns and examples that you really need to look at and study. He teaches you the chart too. And he says the chart is the way to know. Not the news. Like some people say, buy the dip, sell the news. I don't know. But he's saying that you can't listen to the talking heads. Do your own research. And in those days I did. I sat in every waking hour. I poured over stock charts. We paid like $200 a year, and this book came to your house in those days. And you sat and you read those stock charts, and you looked at every single one of them. You looked for those patterns, and when you found those patterns, you bought. And like I said, it changed the course of my life. And it changed the course of a lot of people's lives. And the ones that didn't change the course of their lives on are the ones that didn't sell out to it. They went into it mediocre. They thought, I'll get rich super fast. And sometimes you may have to hold a stock for 3 years or longer before you can sell it using this system. This is not a get rich overnight thing. This is a, make some money and pour your hard-earned living into it. You know, it's like a garden. You got to work it out. You got to get rid of the weeds. It's just one of those things. But I'll conclude this video because half of it's in another video that got stopped abruptly when my beautiful, wonderful wife called. But if I can find the link to that book, I'll put it below. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I ask that you listen to the podcast. Remember, the podcast is listener supported. If you're interested in being on the podcast, Your Wealth Plan Podcast, you can contact us at Your Wealth Plan Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And we will talk to you, try to get you on the show. It's a wonderful time to be alive. It's an exciting time to be alive. You know, yeah, there's things going on in the world that I don't agree with. But, you know, it's a good time to be alive. More opportunities today than there have been in years. And even though there's a lot of crises, you know, crises are a lot of times the perfect time to make opportunity and to make life changes. There's always been economic booms and busts. But prosperity has always came back. Trust in the Lord. Do right by your neighbor. And I wish you all the best. God bless.